Okay, if you share a bathroom, you already know the struggle, right? I mean, that one space can go from being your personal sanctuary to, well, a major point of stress every single day. But what if I told you that one single upgrade could totally redefine how that room feels and functions? Well, today, we're going to dive into exactly that, how a dual sink can completely change the game.
So, does this question hit a little too close to home? You know what I'm talking about. That frantic morning rush where it feels like everyone needs the sink at the exact same time. It's such a universal frustration, but here's the thing. It really doesn't have to be your reality.
Yeah, let's just call this problem what it is, shall we? It's the morning bottleneck. And honestly, it's probably the number one reason people even start dreaming about a bathroom renovation in the first place.
I mean, you know the drill. It's that daily shuffle for a little bit of counter space, for access to the sink, right? You're trying to put on makeup while someone else is trying to shave right next to you. It's just so inefficient, it's cramped, and honestly, it's a perfect recipe for starting your day off with a whole lot of unnecessary friction. So, what's the solution to all this chaos? Well, it's actually really elegant and surprisingly practical. Let's get into the incredible benefits you unlock when you decide to double up on those sinks. Okay, so the most immediate win, obviously, is solving that bottleneck. That's huge. But the benefits, they really just cascade from there. I mean, think about the psychological impact for a second. It's not just about being more efficient, it's about reclaiming your own personal space, your own sense of calm. And if you've got kids, this is a game changer. They get their own zone, which is fantastic for building independence and just establishing routines. And hey, beyond the day-to-day stuff, you're also making a really smart financial move. This is a super sought-after feature that can seriously boost your home's resale value, and let's be honest, it just dramatically elevates the whole look and feel of your bathroom. And really, that gets to the bigger picture here. At the end of the day, this isn't just about adding another faucet. It's about bringing in a touch of luxury that really speaks to how we live today, valuing both our personal space and great sophisticated design. All right, so maybe you're sold on the why. Now let's get to the really fun part, the how. Because trust me, making the right design decisions right at the beginning is absolutely crucial for a successful upgrade. So your vanity, it basically sets the entire tone for the room. And you really got two main style paths to go down. First up, you have floating vanities. These give you a really sleek, contemporary vibe. And they're a fantastic trick for making a smaller bathroom feel way wider and more open. Then, on the other hand, you've got your traditional cabinetry. This is going to give you that timeless, classic look that, just pairs perfectly with classic hardware. Let's break the whole planning thing down into 4 really simple steps. Okay, first, measure everything. I'm talking wall length, door clearances, the whole shebang. Next, you got to choose your materials. Think about durable countertops and maybe some deeper sinks that'll minimize splashing. Then, number 3, coordinate your fixtures. You want everything to look cohesive and intentional. And finally, and please do not underestimate this one, plan your lighting. Good task lighting over each sink is an absolute non-negotiable. Seriously. Okay, so the design is locked in. You know what you want. So, what happens when the work actually begins? Let's kind of demystify the whole installation process so you know exactly what to expect. Now, here's a term you're probably going to hear from your contractor: drainage routes. Don't let it scare you. All it means is the specific path your pipes are going to take to connect to the main drain. A good contractor plans this out super carefully because getting that alignment right from the get-go means a lot less disruption to your walls and your floors. The crucial point here is that a little smart planning at this stage saves you from some major headaches later on. The whole installation process really just boils down to these 3 stages. First, you've got your prep and demolition, clearing out the old stuff to make way for the new. Then comes the core of the project. A licensed contractor comes in, handles all the plumbing connections, and gets that new vanity mounted. And finally, you have the finish work, which is all about the fun details, installing the countertops, the mirrors, the fixtures, all the good stuff. All right, so we've covered the why, the how, and what you can expect during the installation. Now let's put it all together into a really actionable plan so you can get started on your own upgrade. Think of this as your personal launch pad. Just start by making a simple list of your must-haves. Like, do you need drawers for organization, or do you prefer open storage? What style of faucet do you absolutely love? Start collecting photos for inspiration. And listen, if you're worried about space, a semi-recessed trough sink can be a brilliant compromise. Oh, and here's a pro tip. Always, always ask your fabricator for renderings. That way you can actually see and visualize the final look before you commit to anything. So, after seeing just how much this one upgrade can transform your daily routine and your home's value, there's really only one question left to ask, isn't there? By moving from one sink to two, you're not just adding another basin. You're literally doubling your bathroom's potential for function, for style, and for, well, harmony. So, are you ready to make that change?